As we evolve from this large ridge of high pressure that has been in control for weeks, bringing record warmth to the northern plains in Canada, you can see the purple here being a stronger, much stronger than average ridge. This will bring the mild weather for this weekend, later this weekend to this weekend. Beautiful weather ahead. As we progress this forward, here we are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can start to see the trough start to take over. A cutter, or a storm that'll go to our west and to our north, will bring a little bit of light rain and drag a cold front through. And then we await this southern storm that's be coming up from the deep south up to the mid-Atlantic. Let's take a look at that. Here we are on Friday of this week. You can see the ridge is still in control over the east, bringing the mild conditions. Now we have a piece of energy coming down from Canada out west and a southern stream piece of energy already in the southwest. Put this into motion, and you'll see this northern stream phase with the southern stream energy and create a storm system out ahead. This low pressure will move east, and as it does, the cold air after the cold front came through from the cutting system will bring marginally cold temperatures to the mid-Atlantic. If you take a look at temperatures, we're still in the upper 30s to around 40. This is Sunday night into Monday morning. The precipitation from this potential system coming up from the southeast will be on Monday into Tuesday, and whether it's rain or snow is anyone's guess. Even if it does snow, it'll be a very wet snow. Temperatures will probably be above the freezing mark, so it'll be a wet snow. I'm not expecting anything impactful, but this storm has the potential to be potent, relatively strong, and quick moving. So those of us on the northern edge of the system, if the precipitation comes down hard enough, could flip that rain over to some wet snow. However, the details still need to be worked out. This is Monday into next Tuesday, so plenty of time. But this would be the first potentially wintry weather system as we shift into a relatively colder pattern. So going back to the upper levels, as I mentioned, that trough starts to dig out in the east coast, and the ridge builds in the west. So I had showed this for days ago, and this is a pattern that was expected for a very long time, and now we're getting to the point where it's starting to be realistic to experience that. Now, does this mean snowfall outside of that first system next Monday, next Tuesday, which should not amount to much, if anything at all? The question is, are we going to get any systems that bring a heavier snowfall? It's going to be tough. I don't see too much potential right out of the gate. This is a beautiful ridge of high pressure out west over Alaska. So you have a PNA and a negative EPO. So a ridge building and a trough in the east. You have this, what's called a 50-50 low. So over 50 longitude, 50 latitude, you have this closed low kind of sitting and spinning in place. And this helps keep the flow in the mid-Atlantic flatter. So systems cannot cut to our west, generally speaking. Then you have ridging in Greenland, also known as a negative NAO building. So a lot of the boxes are checked. You have energy coming off the Pacific, almost a little too much energy coming in off the Pacific, which could impact the setup of the troughs and ridges at some point in time. But here's the challenge if I zoom in a little bit as I see it right now, and it's the general flow coming out of the northwest, which is generally speaking, a dry flow out of Canada. So systems that do attempt to come up from the southwest could just get sheared out and squashed down to the south. Take a look at a different map here. This shows the vorticity, or little pieces of energy caught up within the flow. And you can see the flow here in the northern stream is out of Canada from the northwest to the southeast. So this is a cooler flow, not Arctic air, but cold air, so at or below normal temperatures. The energy from the southern stream, the subtropical jet, as it tries to make its way up, you can see how flat this flow is off the coast. So I think this period from after that storm early next week, for the balance of the weekend to the weekend, it's just too dry of a northwest flow to allow anything from the southern stream to draw moisture up to the mid-Atlantic. I think it just stays to the south for the most part. That starts to change, though, as time goes on, and there's a lot of uncertainty, as there should be for 10 plus days out. But you can see this ridge continues to work its way up through Alaska, and it might actually split off and drift away. And this might allow some more troughiness to form in Alaska. That could be temporary. At this point, we're talking Wednesday, February 21st. Way too far out there. Who knows? But so I see it is next Monday, next Tuesday, there's a chance for a storm system to affect our area, with rain, potentially rain changing to snow. Details are too early to be worked out, need a couple more days at least. And then we get into that long wave trough with the big ridge out west, trough in the east. That'll bring a northwesterly cool to at times cold flow from Canada. But generally speaking, outside of some Alberta clippers that come down with some weak disturbances, maybe some light snow showers, it's going to be a generally dry period after early next week's storm through the remainder of next week and potentially into next weekend. But again, as long as this general pattern sets up and stays around, the opportunity for any southern stream energy to come up to us actually gets to us. It could be cold enough for snow, and this is an ideal pattern. A lot of the boxes are checked that I'm looking for with the ridging up top, the 50-50 low, ridge out west, and then plenty of energy riding the subtropical jet stream. So the elevated opportunity for a wintry system, I would say, is more past the 18th, past the 20th of February, which really is just fantasy land. Nobody has any idea what it's going to do at that point. So let's get through Monday's system first. As the pattern starts to shift, enjoy the warm weekend or late week into Saturday especially that lies ahead. Get outside and enjoy that. We'll be stuck more close to or below normal for an extended period of time thereafter.